chick wanna just like me. Fitted cap rockin' so low I can't see. 4X heavy hustle, black tall tee. So sick with it, wanna get in my IV. I'm in the D-boy.
What is up, folks? And welcome to episode 1 of season 7 of the Backyard Ballers Fantasy Football Podcast, man. Coming to you live in a much different way, man, because we've been all audio for the first 6 seasons, and now, boy, we hit you with that video presentation, man. We're trying to level ourselves up, man. So what we got tonight is a brand new presentation, brand new platforms. We're ready to do this. 2 out of the 3 are here, and we'll introduce my man at a different time. First off, introducing myself to the world. I am your host, Dimitri, and I'm cold kicking it with...
Yeah.
It's your guru, baby.
The boy, the fantasy guru, live, really live, and in living color this time.
Man, WAP 100, the fantasy guru, man. So glad to have you on for another season, man. Can you believe that we've been doing this for 7 seasons now?
It don't even seem like it.
Not really.
It don't even seem like it. You know, we just be rocking and rolling, that's all.
But I don't know why it took us so long to do this. It took a minute to get it together, but hey, we here now. That's all that matters, man. So with this new presentation to the world, let's get down to the business, man. Hey, preseason is up on us right now. We've experienced an interesting offseason, had a few games that have gone by so far, and everybody is starting to put together their fantasy leagues, man. So drafts are getting ready to be underway soon. Selections are being made. Draft orders are being prepped. The biggest talk of the offseason has been your boy, Shedeur Sanders, man, and whatever progress or success he can have in the NFL now that he is officially a Cleveland Brown. There was a lot of controversy with him in the draft. He slid a considerable amount of spaces, but now everybody in the world is trying to see what exactly this kid is going to do. Not knowing what exactly he will do as a starter or not. You know, he may make placement on the Browns. We've seen one game so far. How do you feel about what you saw out of Shedeur Sanders so far, Guru?
You know, I've been a Shedeur fan since Jackson State. You know what I'm saying? So okay. I already knew what he was gonna do. I'm just glad it's translating to the league. He was already league ready. I like what I seen, but I feel like I ain't in no rush to get him out there to start right off. I'm cool with him sitting the pine for the first year, second, you know, play second string, third string, and learn and just get better. Cause like I feel like with rookies, you throw them out there. If you ain't got to get out there that first year, then, you know, that's good. You should sit back and develop.
Well, the cool thing that I did like is in those drives that they did show him in, he looked sharp. He made 2 touchdown throws in traffic, and that seems to be the hardest thing for anybody coming out of college to the pros to do. So I'm optimistic with what he can do. I told a ton of people, and you can fight me tomorrow, people. I'm sorry. I don't believe Dylan Gabriel is the truth. No diss to him. I think he's a fine quarterback, but you can't tell me that he's done anything to make you feel like he is better than Shedeur Sanders. So I think Dylan Gabriel is there along for the ride. I think the Cleveland Browns tried to hedge their bets. I feel like Shedeur Sanders is going to be the long-term answer. So far, so good. We just got to see what Dylan Gabriel does. I heard Gerald McCoy talking about that before. We're going to have to see exactly how that race is going to boil down. I don't want to harp too much on the Browns and what they got going on there, man. Let's get down to the nitty-gritty. And you and I have been back and forth about this. Them Saints, man. I already told you. Man. I'm really salty on the fact that they did not bring Shedeur Sanders in because I felt like they really could have used him, and I just don't understand the moves that they made. Offensive line wise, I'm happy with what we did, but that's not really fantasy talk. I feel like we need a legit quarterback that's going to take us to the next level. I thought Shedeur was him. They didn't do that, man. I just told you 1,000 times, Guru. I was ready to lead the island, man. I'm ready to be a Cincinnati Bengals fan right now, man. But them Saints hold on to my heart because I'm from Louisiana. Man, what do we got right now?
Man, run game and defense. Hopefully the defense. The game I seen today, though, you know, I'm just going to bank it on what no vets in there.
Okay, yeah, I mean, and that was us against the LA Chargers in the first preseason game. We looked promising at first. Tyler Shuck did come out there and throw a touchdown. It was more of a good move by a wide receiver and a decent throw by a quarterback to a wide open guy. But the time that he tried to do something tricky, it got ugly real quick, man. Hey.
Yeah, the time he tried to get comfortable. I don't know. See, he get to sit back and develop. Now, Rattler came out there and looked like he had a little something, but he would never let the ball go. Then when he did, it was hitting him too hard. He throwing fastball again, dropping it. They dropping it. He had a wide open tight end on one, hit him in the breadbasket, popped
Dropped
out.
the ball.
So I'm
Yeah.
saying, do you think if he would have had the starters in there, it'd have been a better look?
It might have been. It might have been a better look, but right now it just doesn't look good at all, man. So I don't know what to expect from them dudes. My expectations are not high. I just don't know what we can make out of it, man. Like, now, fantasy wise, do you feel like we got anybody on that roster that's gonna be worth having? I mean, outside of Alvin Kamara, is there anybody on that offensive roster you feel like you're gonna need to go out there and get?
Olave, about
Is
it.
he is he back though? I mean, is he
He
gonna be
there.
okay? Okay.
He there. He gonna be the number one option. You gonna go to your guy. He got to be the guy to come through. AK, Olave, who else?
Well, Shaheed probably won't be back till what?
Shaheed, he there too though. He be all them red. I forgot about Shaheed.
But
But you know
he
what? I
okay.
took Shaheed one time, like after that year, he did his thing and it wasn't nothing. I believe that's when he hurt his leg though.
Yeah, he tore his ACL, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw a lot of different things that I was surprised about, man. I was over here looking at some fantasy. Well, I'm sorry, some preseason stuff. I didn't realize Keenan Allen was back in LA with the Chargers, so that's gonna be kind
Yeah.
of cool. There was a lot of shuffling that went on. Aaron Rodgers is in Pittsburgh. Jay Boo and Russell Wilson fighting it out in New York. Like a lot of things and a lot of moving parts that have happened with this league or this season, this off season, I should say. That's really gonna twist fantasy football around. So we're going to have to make some serious choices, and we're gonna get into that, man. But I am so glad just to be back in the mix, doing this an additional year. Let me give y'all a little bit of the breakdown, man. First of all, my boy Cam, the handyman, is not here with us right now on the road.
And on vacation.
He on vacation doing his thing. Yeah, he vacationing, man. He had to go get him in one. But on a regular basis, you will see him with us. But tonight, this is what we're gonna do. We talked a little bit about what's been happening in the preseason. We talked a little bit about fantasy football and the draft preparation. Segment 2, we will have my boy Arthur Prayther on with us to give us a little rundown
Houston
about
P.
Austin. Yeah, Houston P. Yeah, about auction draft. You messed me up with that one. And then we'll get into what we do best, breaking it down for the fantasy football drafts as we will go into the rankings for quarterbacks, man. You know how we do in that preseason, man. Right now, man, you getting ready for that Backyard Ballers Fantasy Football League? How you feel about it?
Man, you know, the guru, I'm always shooting from the hip, man. You know what I'm saying? You know what? This gonna be the rawest I'd have never been. I ain't never just come off the hip like this before.
Oh,
I ain't did no research. I ain't did no mock drafts. I ain't did nothing. I'm just coming straight. However it fall. Let the chips fall where they may.
You know, I was talking bad about you the other day because I'll be like, man, I'll come in here, man. I have my draft sheets. You know, I've been over here doing the analysis, and this dude will come in here with like a napkin with some ideas on it, and come out here and win a fantasy football championship.
Off the dome, baby.
Hey.
I'm coming off the dome.
Hey, hard work finally paid off since I did finally win the Backyard Ballers Fantasy Football Championship. It's about dang time, man. I'm just glad that I had to knock you off to get to it, but that's a whole different story, man. So we got drafts coming up soon. We trying to rein in our people to get our fantasy football league back off again and make another run for that championship, man. We'll have some newcomers coming in. I think we still got a few spots to fill. We got a few people we sent messages out for. We hadn't heard anything back from some. The majority of my people are in. Guru, you heard from your folks yet or not?
Narrator, he another one. He on vacation too. I just seen that boy. He out there doing it, beating Turks. He big
really?
Turking. So maybe when he come back, he might check in with us.
Okay.
He was competitive with it, so I'm pretty sure he'll
Yeah.
come back. He just been busy. Everybody kicking it right now. You know, everybody kicking it, getting the vacations out the way, so they can get back to the grind.
Look at that. Fantasy football money is paying off, man. But this is what we're about to do, man. We'll take us a quick break. And when we come back, man, we're going to break it down and bring in the homie Arthur Prayther to talk about the fantasy football auction drafts. Stay tuned. This is the Backyard Ballers Fantasy Football Podcast with your boy, Dimitri.
I can point at him and tell him now, and your boy, that
Yeah.
100, and it's a good.
Be back in a minute. All right, folks, we are back, man. And very first guest of season 7 is my man, A. I've really been digging this dude for a long time. We've known each other for a long time. And he is a book of knowledge on fantasy football, man. Here today to talk about auction drafts and how they shake up your fantasy football life. Please welcome my dog, Arthur Prayther Jr. Man, what's going on?
What's up, boy?
What's going on?
I'm excited, fellas, man. I appreciate y'all letting me back on here after I talked all that noise the last time y'all had me on there a while back, man. But y'all some real fine brothers to let bygones be bygones, man.
No, it's good.
I'm glad to be back, man.
It's always good, man. Yeah, we trying to bless these people with this fantasy football knowledge, man. So for years, I want to say 3-4 years now, you have been in my ear about fantasy football on the auction draft level, man. So I'm giving you a platform to talk about it, to see how many people we can convince to do it, man. So the first question I got right off the bat, man, like how do you run it? Like, well, what does it start with? I know you start with money and you got to pick players, but I'm not sure how it's all set up, man. Give us a rundown on how it works.
So the general idea is, I mean, a lot of people do fab now, right? So
Yeah.
you know what your fab budget is for free agencies. You get to this beginning of the season, you might have $100 or $200, and somebody becomes available, and then you bid on that player. And in that case, it's like a peekaboo thing. It's like a blind auction. You don't know what other people bid. You just roll out of bed the next morning and see if you got who you bidded on.
Right.
Well, in an auction draft, it's more like there ain't no peekaboo. You're saying a number, somebody else says another number. It's more like a real deal auction. So
Okay.
to set that up, obviously the software exists now. You don't need an actual auctioneer to come in there and be like $5 here, $6, $7 here, $7. You don't have to do all that. But
Okay.
if you wanted to do it in person and do it offline, you literally could do that. So I have experience with, we just got a buddy that didn't have nothing going on that day, and he came through and we gave him beer and pizza, and he did the auctioneer thing, and we did it, man. It was the best time, man. But if you, in lieu of that, you do have the option to just do it online, man. We got the softwares out there. A lot of sites do it now, so it's not like you got to go to some weird get hacked website or something to do an auction now. So they got them on there.
Okay, cool. So you'll start out now. I'll let the guru ask the next question after. So I mean, if it kick off, is it just down the list of who's the top, and you just work your way down to the bottom? Like, how do you declare who you're auctioning?
Oh, this is another beautiful piece of it, because now there's still a order, like a draft order.
Okay.
So, okay, let's say you pick first, but instead of you being able to pick like you just say a name, right? Like you think about this year, you see the research, somebody says, oh, okay, if you're going to take a running back first, people are generally saying, hey, you got to take Saquon Barkley first. It's your turn. You pick first. You say Saquon Barkley in a snake draft. Now, Saquon Barkley is on your team now. In an auction draft, you say Saquon Barkley, and then now you put in your original bid. You say, okay, Saquon Barkley, I'm bidding $20. Somebody else says $22. Then you say, no, for real, $24. Then somebody else comes in and says, no, $30. And then now you keep doing that until people stop saying numbers, right?
Oh wow. Yeah.
So it gets real serious real quick, right? So it's like you only have the right to nominate who you want the league to bid on. So essentially the competition between league mates starts right then and there at the draft. It's because now you're competing for every player. And so you got to hit that button again. You got to look at your budget again. You starting off fresh, everybody got 200. Okay, cool. Well, let's say I really want Saquon Barkley. So people keep saying numbers. I don't care what number you say. I'm going to say a higher number too. Y'all stop saying numbers. But okay, let's say it gets up to $70. And now I got $130 left. Everybody's like, well, he got Saquon, but it costing him $70 now.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, so now when you get to that next player that comes up, okay, you might be all hot and bothered, and now you want Jamar Chase.
Yeah.
Are you going to pay $70 for him too?
Yeah. So
And
you
be
gotta make
down
some
to
decisions.
$60? So now
Yeah.
you got to make decisions. But at the same time, if you play the game the right way, you might come away with a team that's like impossible for you to get in a snake draft as far as the top of your team. Because you can now make decisions and say, okay, I want these players that's if I drafted in a standard snake draft, it would be impossible to get these few players on the same team. And so that's where the value really comes in. It gives you a little bit more control as a as a tycoon and an owner of a team.
Yeah, because I know a lot of times with me, like I've always been a fan of drafting on the back end of the first round because at least gives me like two guys back to back that are similar in value. I never like waiting for like the next guy because you know it's gonna be a big run of people you just ain't got access to. So this right here, it changes the game on that. Is what you telling us.
Big time. It changes the game, but again, you still have a lot of different ways to play it, right? Because you know when you start playing even with fake money, you know how people are about their money. Some
Yep.
people is like they think they big me's Larry Hoover and they blowing money fast all over the place. Before you know it, they got three players, but they done spent $160 and ain't got but $40 left. So now you know that as a person that's in the league, you can see
Right.
on the software how much money everybody got left. So now you can start big boying folks. So
Oh,
now
okay.
you see, you know somebody's broke. They say, "Oh yeah, I'm trying to think of somebody that's like in the mid rounds or something. Like, okay, I want
Like
Patrick
a
Mahomes or whatever
okay.
as my quarterback." You're like, well, I don't care what you want because you ain't got enough money. So you gonna say six, you gonna say six, I'm gonna say seven, you gonna say eight, I'm gonna say nine, and then you could just start boxing people out and put them in situations where they got to decide how badly do they want those players. But
Gotcha.
take in mind, the shoe is on the other foot as soon as you start running out of money. But it's just a really dynamic and exciting way to put your team together. And the reason I really bring that out to you is like, man, when you get to the end of that auction, you look at who you got.
Yeah.
That's a team full of people that you kept saying numbers on until everybody else said, all right, you got it, man. You can have it.
Yeah.
When you
Yeah.
look at that roster, you're going to feel a certain way about that team. You're going to be like, man, this is my team for
Yeah.
real. And now, whatever happens, you feel a little bit more married to the results.
Man, on the strength of one question, I mean, you got me even more interested. Guru, it's on you
Say I
now.
got. So you said everybody bidding on each player. That sound like that draft gonna take 3 days. How long do it take?
It take a little bit longer than an auction draft. I mean, than a regular snake draft. I admit. Like, if you got a snake draft online and everybody ain't messing around and they picking their players on time,
Yeah.
yeah, you
Hour.
know you
Yeah.
can get up out of there about an hour and a half.
Hour.
An
Mm-hmm.
auction
Yeah.
gonna take about 2.5 hours.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
it's
'cause
gonna
you
take a
fighting
little
over
bit longer.
players.
But now take in mind, now when everybody know that, now again, everybody can't fight for everybody, player, because
Yeah.
everybody you got
Yeah.
$200. You can't be bidding on everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't have everybody. So you can't have all the quarterbacks. So like let's say you spend $30 and get Josh Allen. You might have it in your head, well, I'm through bidding on quarterbacks now. So when
Yeah.
another quarterback come up, that's when you start getting your money together and saying, okay, shoot, they bidding on quarterbacks. I ain't even paying attention now. I'm over here looking at my team. I'm looking at my opponent's teams. I'm kind of studying up, and I get to take me a little old break now. And I don't have
Yeah.
to
Hmm.
worry about bidding on them players. Or let's say it's a player you decide you don't want. Man, Devontae Adams, oh man, he on a new team now again. Oh man, I ain't messing with that Devontae Adams. You can
Yeah.
just kind of ignore that, and so you get your little breaks because like I wrote in the notes, it's like you really have to make some decisions about which players you want or you'll take at a certain amount, or certain
Mm-hmm.
players where you just like, no, at that amount, I don't want nothing to do with Christian McCaffrey this year. I don't know if he healthy, I don't know if he hurt, I ain't paying $50 for him. Or you might be thinking, man, I'm down with Christian McCaffrey. I think I can get him for a discount. I might roll up and have him be my dude because I
Yeah.
can get him for 40.
Yeah.
Everybody else paying 60 and 70 for their guy.
Ooh.
Okay, let's see. And then now you trying to find, you know how you think about drafting and you trying to find that value in a snake draft? It's
Yep.
the same concept, but now you doing it with, fake dollars.
Yeah. Now I was gonna ask you in combination with that. I know, like, we've been doing this long enough. Like draft preparation, we got it kind of down to a science. Like, how did this change the game for you as to how you prepare for this draft? Because this seems like there's a little bit more stuff that you got to consider. It's not more. It's not based on who you expect to get picked before this time. Like it seems like it changes a lot. How do you switch it up?
I think it changes it some, but I do believe again it feels empowering to have
Mm-hmm.
that change. Because like you're saying, like if you drafting on the back end, I like doing that comparison to the snakes because we done all done snake drafts, right? So if you picking 10 in a 10 team league, right? it becomes a situation where you almost just kind of resign yourself to a certain fate, right? You
Yeah.
know you picking 10th, so now you got to sit there for the first 15 minutes of the draft like this,
Yeah.
because you know you can't have none of them names that's on the cover of the magazines. And the
Yeah.
person, when they get the dude that's talking about fantasy football for 30 seconds on ESPN or whoever it is this time, Phil Yates and all those folks, they be like, oh man, Saquon Barkley and Jameer Gibbs. You just like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm picking 10th. I know I ain't finna get none of these folks. I got to get the leftovers. Well, in an
Yep.
auction now, ain't no leftover because it's what are you willing to pay? And
Yeah.
then your league becomes like a market unto itself. So everybody got a general idea of what players should cost, but who's to say you get somebody that's real about who they want? They might just go completely crazy. But again, everybody got the same budget, so you can't go crazy for too many players.
True. Yeah. Yeah. That $200 gonna start to peel fast if you start trying to do too much. So like
Yeah.
in a auction, like do you like it better as like 10 owners or 12 owners? What do you like best?
I think 12 on this things dry up kind of quick. I think in
Yeah.
general, in all the formats, a 10 league team, you feel like you should be able to leave with a team that's pretty strong,
Right.
especially on the starting lineup standpoint. And I think even from that standpoint, auction, you get a much better chance to leave with more players that you really want
Mm-hmm.
instead of, hey, it's the sixth round, everybody I want is gone. So now I'm
Yeah.
just going to fill in my lineup with whoever's left. So I
Yeah.
think it gives the Sharks, it gives them an opportunity to get more of who they want. But I think even the people that are more casual, it
Yeah.
still allows them to kind of literally put their money where their mouth is, right? And they say
Yeah.
maybe they go all stud. They just say, hey, I'm gonna get 2 or 3 studs, and then I don't care about nothing else. And everybody's like, oh man, shoot, you look at that top of that lineup, and it's like, man, hold up, you got
Yeah.
Chase. You got two cold running backs. You done messed around and paid for Brock Bowers too. And
Yeah.
now that's your base. But now you look at who you got it. Now your second receiver might be somebody throw it off though, right? So
Yeah.
because
That's
now
true.
you went top heavy. But if you try to get all the $20 guys, maybe you get a $20 team and your team ain't nothing but $20 dudes, then you're like, well, my bench is cool, but shoot, did that matter if my
Yeah.
best player is like a C-level player? But
Yeah.
again, it's a lot of different ways to try to play it, to depending on what your sensibility and what your thoughts are.
Now, Guru, I know I done had plenty of times, and you done heard my frustration with this, where I have a plan, and you'll have somebody do something absolutely crazy. The crazy thing that drives me nuts all the time is somebody picking like really good quarterbacks, like multiples on one team where you can only start one, and that will throw all your stuff out of whack. It seems like this auction thing kind of takes it takes that out of it. Like you can still put something together nice despite what other people are doing. Now in the leagues you played in, like have you noticed that the teams have been more balanced and more competitive, or have you seen some people that's just made some horrible decisions and they're just on the back end of everything when it's all said and done?
I do think there is a little bit of like you're not trains on a track, right? So everybody ain't gonna have a first round talent. Everybody ain't gonna have a second round player, depending on how they go about building their team.
Right.
So you do get a little bit more of a wider range of outcomes. You could end up with really, really good teams. You could end up with really, really bad teams.
Yeah.
But I do think, again, you have a much better opportunity to leave with who you wanted up to a certain point, depending on what your strategy is.
Yeah.
And I think the other part is, again, people start competing for players, right? They start saying,
Hmm.
oh, well, I seen this dude get Chase. I ain't gonna let him get Jefferson too. And then now you start having people doing that in the middle of the draft. But again, are you gonna mess up your own story trying to stop somebody else from getting the story that they trying to get? So it's like
Yeah.
it's a real fun thing, right? So I remember like the first auction I did was 2019, and I remember there being a straight up and down bidding war for Baker Mayfield. Like dudes thought, man, I gotta get Baker on my team. And so somebody, they waited for a long time till they nominated him. They waited till all the big time quarterbacks got picked up, and they was
Yeah.
thinking they were gonna slide in and do like a $1 Baker Mayfield.
Yeah.
And then somebody was like, no, man, $2. And then the dude looked at him like, no, hey, for real, man, come on, $3. And
Yeah.
then before you know it, Baker Mayfield went for like $6 or $7.
Yeah.
And then we was all laughing, like, y'all really all want Baker Mayfield now? Like, this is what we do? And so it's like, again, it's an example to kind of show you how your market becomes more of a product of your league and not just a product of the ADPs, right? Because when you're
Yeah.
drafting Snake, it just kind of, a lot of times things tend to go kind of normal,
Uh-huh.
right? Because people are going to kind of sort, especially the first 30 picks or so, people are
Yeah.
kind of sort of going to do what they're supposed to do. And an auction draft just opens it all up to where it comes down to really what you want to do and how does that match up with what your opponents also want to do.
Right.
Because you never know, right? You show up and you in love with one player, but who's to say somebody else ain't in love with them too? And that just drives that price up. And then again, because the nominations aren't happening in order either.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
there's no
okay. Oh,
order that you,
that's different. Okay. Yeah.
because you can nominate when it's your turn, you can nominate a defense if you want. You like, you know what? I'm just gonna get my defense out the way. I'm tired of bidding. I don't
Yeah.
want to deal with no pressure. I'm gonna just pick my defense. Defense $1. Nobody in here better not say $2 on this defense that I want. I'm getting my $1 defense. I'm getting on out of here, and I'm gonna get me a little break, give me a chance to breathe, give me
Hmm.
a chance to get my strategy. Because you talk about those pre-draft strategies. One of the hardest things, but one of the most fun things is in an auction draft, you got to change your strategy as the situation is going on right there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You got to
Because
pivot.
sound like it.
imagine you getting gassed up and you decide, I am not leaving this draft without Justin Jefferson. That's my dog. I think he's going to ball this year. He was hurt last year. He got J.J. McCarthy. I think J.J. going to be balling. Man, I don't care what it is. I'm paying whatever it takes to get J.J.
Yeah.
Somebody else show up and they thinking the same thing. And so you looking at a sheet that says he should cost $55, but because of the market of your league, he might end up going for $70.
Wow. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. And you
Or
could.
you get a bunch of scared money, you might get him for 45 because of when
True.
he got nominated. Everybody already got their number one receiver.
Yeah.
Everybody was trying to wait to nominate him. He get nominated. People scared because they starting to run out of money because they didn't overbid on other players. So again, your league becomes like a more of a universe unto itself
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
not just a reflection of some ADP thing on ESPN.com. It's more like, what are the people in that room that's putting them teams together want to do? And I
Yeah.
think that alone makes it more fun.
You just made me think about something though, because I was telling people, I said, like certain things change the game on stuff. Like I remember when popcorn got boring at movies, but when they brought kettle corn to the movie theater, and when my friend Sally told me about putting jalapenos in my popcorn, it brought popcorn back. Hey, this right here, because the one thing that does drive me is like I know you and I have done all of our research before, but now people got research at the palm of their hand, and it's just there, and they can just go pick an order, and they'll have a decent team without doing any of the work. This right here, like it seems like it brings so much of the strategy back. Like you can go in there and do like some mob boss type stuff. This is almost like fantasy football, like the Wire style. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel right now. Because you can come in there, you can come over there and come up with some mean stuff though.
Yeah.
Like so now normally like a lot of people are playing on what CBS, a lot of people are playing on ESPN. Like where can you go to do this type of auction draft?
We're getting to the point where a lot of places do it. So you can get it on ESPN. You
Okay.
can get it
I think
Yahoo, I think
CBS
does it
had
now
one before
too.
too.
What was that,
Yeah,
Guru?
so
So I think
yeah.
CBS had one before too. It was for
Okay,
free
yeah.
agency though.
Gotcha. Yeah, yeah. We
Yeah,
did have one with
yeah,
free agency. Yeah, but
yeah.
this right here seemed like this sounds like something I might want to get into. But go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off on it.
No, man, you good. So it's starting to expand. It's coming out of the underground now. So the way I got into it is a couple of podcasts that I listened to got it. They were talking about how they had been doing auctions and
Uh
how
huh.
they used to have to go to weird sites that only did this, only did auctions, or they had to do it by hand and then insert the rosters person by person into a Yahoo or ESPN or CBS. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, from what I saw, yeah, Yahoo, ESPN. I know Sleeper does it for sure. So yeah, there's a lot of different options of places that do it now. So it's becoming more available. And again, it handles all the information for you. You just show
Yeah.
up, you do your bidding, you get your team in the same way when you draft in a snake draft. it shows you your roster and what slot those people are going to be in. So
Yeah.
it's easy to keep up with. You ain't got to have like a spreadsheet on the side. I like
Uh-huh.
having a spreadsheet on the side because I'm nerdy like that. So
Yeah.
I have like budgets for certain spots already kind of set up. So I might say, hey, I'm gonna spend 50 on my first running back. And then now if I come out, my first running back is going 45 instead of 50. I'm like, okay, I got $5 to spend extra on some other position. So
Yeah.
it kind of helps me stay calm because you don't want to get caught like a typical auction. You don't want to get caught just bidding and you done bid so much. You done
Yeah.
bid all the prices up and now you ain't getting the right value for your players because you getting caught up in the, oh well, I ain't gonna let you get this player. But now also too, the scenario I lay out is like if you see somebody finna get a crazy discount,
Uh-huh.
you sitting there thinking like, man, I don't even know if I want Josh Allen, but wait a minute now.
Yeah.
He gonna get Josh Allen for $5. Man, Josh Allen's supposed to be like $15.
Yeah, we're
Okay,
gonna
Yeah.
you
run
know
it
Yeah.
what?
up to 30.
You try to run it up, but you know
Yeah.
what happened when you try to run it up on the wrong thing, you end
Yep.
up having to pay that price because that's the
Yep.
risk you take when you hit that button. It's yours unless
Yeah.
Yeah.
somebody outbids you. But that's the game that people play, right? So if people like, hey man, you know what, man? If I get Josh Allen for 10, I'm cool with that, but I ain't trying to let you get him for 5. But again, you got to have enough money in your
Yeah.
budget left to be playing them type of games.
Yeah.
So
Now,
that's where the strategy comes into play.
now, and one more question I want to ask you, man. Like, how do you mock for this? Like, usually with snake drafts, you got a mock strategy. You can go line it out. Like, how do you mock for an auction draft? Because it seems like it can go all over the place.
It's the same thing though. Like they literally have mock drafts like Fantasy Pros, they have it. You can mock by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You can decide which nomination position you got. You can get your own league settings in there and you can mock against the computer. And
Okay.
you know how it is, man. That computer, it'd be
Mm-hmm.
quick, boy. That computer ain't waiting. That computer ain't hesitating.
Yeah.
As soon as you put your bid in, they got their bid in. You be like, man,
Oh
hey,
yeah,
computer,
computer
calm
gonna
down,
teach
man.
you for
Yeah.
real.
The computer gets you ready because it's almost like the Jordan principle. Like
Yeah.
practice is so hard when it comes time for the game, you really
It's
gonna
Yeah,
be
easy.
it's
ready.
gonna be a breeze.
Yeah. Yeah. They can be like,
It's
shoot,
gonna feel a lot easier. And then
they
you like,
say a
ooh, man,
computer.
yeah, computer could do my job better than I could do it. So
Yeah, shoot.
yeah, man, it's like that.
Well, shoot, man. Right now, you really got me thinking about it, man. I might have to make a move for this, man. But there you have it, folks. Auction drafts, and they sound interesting, man. Hey, a 101 with auction drafts with my dog, Arthur Prayther, man. We appreciate you dropping this thing in there with us for us. Pause. That sounded awkward. Yeah. We appreciate you dropping this knowledge on us.
The
No, no
knowledge.
Yeah.
things was no
Yeah.
things was
Nah,
No
dropped
things
at
are
any
being taught. Yeah. Yeah.
time
and,
during
and
any
we
of this. No.
appreciate you blessing our game on
There
auction.
you go. There
How
you
about
go.
There we
that?
go. I
We'll take
appreciate
that,
it.
yeah, man. All right, so folks, we're gonna take us a quick commercial break, and when we come back, man, we're gonna keep my boy Art on to talk a little bit about fantasy football rankings and a breakdown of the quarterbacks. So stay tuned. This is the Backyard Ballers Fantasy Football Podcast with your boy Dimitri.
Yeah, and your boy Wap 100, the fantasy guru.
Hey, he got him a video version. You see that? Be back
I
in
can
a
put my
minute.
finger.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right, folks, we are back, man. And here to entertain us for an additional segment is my boy Arthur Prayther Jr. We about to do this breakdown on the rankings, fantasy football drafts, and quarterbacks, man. Guys, I'm looking at this ranking right here. A lot of it makes sense, but we gotta peel through this, man, because sometimes I feel like the people don't get it right. Like a lot of times they have these high expectations and high projections, and it just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. So I got two experts on here with me to break this thing down and to give me their thoughts. Yeah. Oh, who you? No. I was trying to be modest to include you.
Definitely an expert.
Yeah. I wasn't really talking about you. Okay. So here it is. Here's the rundown. Number one ranked quarterback according to ESPN. Let me also qualify that. Lamar Jackson is at the top spot. Josh Allen number 2. Jaden Daniels, number 3. Jalen Hurts, 4. Joe Burrow, 5. Pat Mahomes, 6. Bo Nix, 7. Baker Mayfield, 8. Kyler Murray 9, Brock Purdy 10, Justin Herbert 11, Caleb Williams 12, Dak Prescott 13, Justin Fields 14, Drake May 15, Jared Goff 16, Jordan Love 17, CJ Stroud 18, JJ McCarthy 19, Trevor Lawrence at 20. We can stop it at 20. And the reason why I do it is because typically most people have a roster where they will roster 2 quarterbacks. And we can just kind of talk about this list and we can go further down it in a minute. Guys, like I see this list and some things I agree with, some things I do not agree with, man. So how do you feel about what you see right now, and who do you feel is placed way too high on this list right now?
Pat Mahomes, they're gonna have to stop the disrespect, man. Don't do
Man, so you feel like he's too high or he's too low?
He's too low. That's the best quarterback in the league, man. Come on.
I go ahead, or I'll save my opinion till afterwards. Like
Pat Mahomes. But you know, his stats don't be all that. But as far as winning,
yeah.
So I guess if we playing fantasy, then yeah, you're right.
Yeah, because like the one thing I did try to bring to people's attention last year was like Pat Mahomes went high last year, higher than I thought he deserved. And when if you look at what the Chiefs did, yes, they made it to the Super Bowl, but man, them dudes, every game they won was almost
they was in dog fights.
Yeah, it was like 7 points, 3 points. Like I think the best win they had may have been about 17, and it might have been when they beat the Saints, you know, and that's really the biggest win they had the entire season. So Pat Mahomes didn't really produce those numbers. I was gonna say he's too high on this right now. Like I'm not knocking what he does. He's fun to watch. Art, you chime in on that, man. Do you feel like I'm off base, or you feel like the guru is on the money?
So here's the challenge, right? And we think about sports media and the echo chamber, right? So when the sports media gets it wrong, they overcorrect, right? And so with Mahomes, they had everybody like, well, it's Patrick Mahomes. What's going to go wrong, man? This dude's going to be getting stats. And we sitting here watching them lean on their defense. And from a fantasy standpoint, it's like, okay, great. He going to win these games. But how is he going to win these games? This ain't the Tyreek Hill Chiefs no more. And it's like, man, by the time the season started, you already had injuries stacked up. You had a bunch of issues with their team. Like, how they going to score points? Because they kind of couldn't score the year before. And now they seem like they might be worse offensively as far as scoring
back there working
points.
magic.
Who?
Yeah.
Mahomes.
I guess.
Yeah, he was
He
making
lighting
the
up the
plays.
stat board though. Yeah, he working magic though.
Right. So I think last year they had it wrong. I think this year they might have it wrong and it might be low. Because you saw that Super Bowl, like Drake got this and they got this too, man. Like they got lit up on that scoreboard. It was ugly, man. What was it? 34-0, 30.
Yeah,
it was.
They were beat up though. They limped all the way there.
Yeah.
Right.
Because
that's rough.
Like when you come to that game, if you talk about like I was hoping the Eagles could do something. Like I didn't expect it to be what I saw.
Yeah.
Like the only thing I can compare that to is when Terrence Crawford fought Errol Spence. Like I was thinking it was gonna be a close fight, and it ended up being like way lopsided. Man.
Yeah.
So my dude on this list, and you know the guru, he gonna hate, and he gonna call me a homer because Joe Burrow is too low on this list. Like if you think about what he did last year, like really Joe Burrow should have been in like MVP talk, and with the weapons that dude has. And what he has to do to win games. Now, that's the dude that's really been... He was losing a ton of games, but he was throwing like 3 or 4 touchdowns, like over 250. You know, it was crazy numbers. You can't tell me... And I like Jaden Daniels too, but you can't tell me that you feel like Jaden Daniels is that much more valuable than Joe Burrow right now.
In fantasy, Joe Burrow always start off slow.
He does.
Yeah, he'll kick up toward the end of the season and start lighting it up. But the beginning, they always start off slow.
Yeah, for me, Joe Burrow is third, man, because you look at what he did last year, and like you say, the defense was terrible, and it ain't like it's amazing now. The offensive line is what people are worried about, but you think he led the league. He led the league in yards and touchdowns last year.
Yeah, fighting from behind most of them games.
Yeah,
got the
games.
Hey, speaking of that, I'm looking at the stats right now. You got a wild guess. We could talk about another quarterback. If I'm telling you Burrow right now was the number one as far as yards go, who was number 2?
Yards?
Pop quiz. Yeah, pop quiz. Yeah.
I bet you $5 is gonna be somebody like Baker Mayfield. Yeah.
He
Baker
third.
Mayfield.
He
He
third. Okay.
third.
Uh,
Yeah.
So who was two? Hold on. Let me look.
uh,
Let me look.
hold on. Let's see.
I'll let you off the hook. It's golf. It's Jared Goff.
Jared
Jared
Goff.
Goff. I mean,
It's
but dude, like, you know what? Like, if you want to talk about somebody that's way low on here, like, dude, look where they got him. 16th.
Yeah, they don't
That,
believe it, man.
that's crazy.
he run game guy though.
No, but I
Another one
mean,
that kind of makes stuff work.
no, but dude, he got targets out there. I mean, like Amon-Ra St. Brown is doing his thing, but they got a good tight end, they got a good 2 and 3 receiver, and Jahmyr Gibbs catching these little passes out of the backfield. Man, that's giving people problems. And I know in our league, we giving like bonus points for big touchdowns. Hey, so that compounds it right there. I do agree with you on that.
Yeah, so I think I brought that up to say I think Baker Mayfield, that name being where it's at, I think it
Yeah.
makes sense. But I think JJ McCarthy might be a little low.
I mean, I did like what he did last preseason, and I was
That's all he
surprised.
did.
I was surprised to see them shut him down like that. But I was assuming maybe they knew something that everybody else didn't know. And the fact that they let your boy go to Seattle. I mean, they probably could have tried to sign him if they wanted to. They didn't try. They
He
were
ain't
like, "We
even on the
good."
list, is he?
You know
No,
what?
he's not.
He's
No,
if
Darnold
he
ain't
is,
on there,
No
is he?
Sam Donald. They got
that's
Brock Purdy on there. Man, come on. Who made this list?
well. I mean, they got like you know what? Like I think people hate on Brock Purdy though. I mean, he got minus Debo. Like he ain't gonna have Debo. What's your boy's name? The other receiver that they had
No
out there, the one that
Ayuk,
got hurt.
no
Yeah,
Ayuk
yeah,
either.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
Ayuk, he
Ayuk is
hurt for the
gone.
season too.
Yeah, so he gonna have to rely on some people, but I think he
To the
gonna be
junkyard
serviceable.
they go. Them 49ers out of there.
Yeah, hey
But
man, Pearsall, Ricky Pearsall is a good football player. You watch.
you know that
Yeah.
that was a debate I did have with a person. If Ricky Pearsall can go out there and do his thing, let's also look at this list now. Who else are they sleeping on? So you think they sleeping on Sam Darnold? You think you way too low on here?
Sam Darnold,
Yeah,
he not even on
he
there.
ain't even on there. I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
he ain't
he
on there.
yeah.
McCarthy need to be on there a little bit higher.
McCarthy on there.
But McCarthy is
Yeah,
19. They got him as 19. Yeah,
so that's barely on a team in a 10-team league, right? And so
yeah.
what about this? I got a question. This ain't me being a homer because I'm in the H either, but what do you think about Stroud?
They tripping.
He fell off.
No, I think
You
I
know
think
what?
this.
Injuries got them too, though. That's
Yeah,
really what
but
it was.
I think he comes back this year. I think he comes back better this year. I can't put Caleb Williams above him. They got Caleb Williams 12.
Nah, Caleb Williams ain't showed me nothing.
I don't. Yeah, he got to
They
show
got
me
Cam
something.
Ward on. How they got Cam Ward
Well, I mean, at least they got Cam Ward 23. I mean,
on? 23.
yeah, Caleb Williams need to be down there. I'm just saying.
They
I'm
got
just,
Cam Ward over Geno Smith.
I don't know if I necessarily. Okay, all right. Justin Fields at 14. Do
See
you
what I'm
believe that?
saying? Cut it
They
out.
think he's just
Well,
gonna run,
it's
right?
fantasy though. Yeah, running and throwing, so you get double
Yeah,
points.
I get that.
Speak.
But do you go ahead?
What about Kyler Murray?
Running and throwing, dual
I
threat.
don't. I think he may be too high. I think he may be too high. Like people beat me up about this last year, but I told them like people laughed at me. I told them not only would Malik Neighbors have a better year than Marvin Harrison Jr. I told them Brian Thomas Jr. was gonna have a better year than Marvin Harrison Jr. And people did not believe me, and it happened. Like I want him to be Marvin Harrison. Or you know how much I love Marvin Harrison.
Yeah,
He
you
done
do.
got a little buffer and everything. He is not Marvin Harrison. Not yet. Not yet. I need to see him do a little bit more before I can say that Kyler Murray can be ranked that high with Marvin Harrison as his number one option.
Yeah, I don't trust Kyler Murray in general, man. I think he got a lot of weaknesses in his game, and I don't know if he's being coached in a way to protect him.
True.
Obviously, last night, I don't want to be a slave to the moment, but he threw a rancid interception the other night, man.
Yeah.
Like rancid. Like when you see that highlight, you like, man, what is this brother doing? Like it's one of them on the Madden when you hit the wrong button and you're like,
Hit the
oh man,
Yeah.
wrong button. Oh man.
he threw
Hey,
a hit the
look at that
wrong
X
button
and throwing
interception.
circle.
Yeah, he threw one of them interceptions
Really?
last night in a preseason game and wasn't nobody
No.
around him. I was like, bro, come on, man.
Yeah, because I mean, if you look at this list, man, I feel like Purdy is ahead of him. I feel like Herbert is ahead of him. And I know Herbert didn't play to that last year, but I do like the fact that Keenan Allen is back. I feel like man, they got Drake May ahead of Jared Goff. Like, stop it.
Somebody
Stop
else
it.
who ain't did nothing.
Yeah, like Jared Goff is ahead of him. Jordan Love is ahead of him. Like I think Kyler Murray should be further down on his list. So I don't advise people going out there and get Kyler Murray on like some number one receiver type stuff. Like,
What do we
get
think
him
of
as a
Dak?
backup. I think he's worth the risk this year. He's in much better shape.
He got him
He's
another
moving.
weapon. Got 2 weapons.
He has two weapons. The thing that worries me about that was whether or not George Pickens can come down there and stay focused. Because I remember seeing Hard Knocks where George Pickens was the only man on Pittsburgh's team, and as soon as 2 or 3 passes went some other way, he got in his feelings, and Mike Tomlin was having to come talk to him to keep him locked in to play football. And this is probably going to be this is going to be the biggest dog he's had to play to the side of. And they call themselves 1 and 1A, but wide receivers don't. They get in their feelings, and he seems to be. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see if they can coexist. If they can coexist, I think Dak goes high. I think if they get the infighting, that's going to be a mess.
Yeah, but they'll get rid of him though, right? Like I think they'll
Yeah.
just kind of turn him
will.
into Deontay Johnson. He'll be Deontay Johnson part 2, and they'll just start moving him around the league, and he'll
Moving him
disappear,
around.
right?
They can't work with you.
What was my guy's name, man? He was remember he was in Pittsburgh at one point. Went to Oakland for a minute. Remember the dude that couldn't stop smoking weed? He was a good receiver too.
Damn, I can't think his name. That was my
You,
guy.
you know who I'm talking about too, don't you?
I know you're talking about
Yeah.
Martavis Bryant.
There you go,
Bryant. There you
Martavis Bryant.
go.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of the same thing, where the dude he is that good, but just can't lock in. So if he can lock in, that Cowboys offensive attack is going to be something. I need to know a little bit more about what they're doing offensively and who's running the team now. I need to at least see that. I got to see it. They were on TV a minute ago. They had a replay of the game going on. I wasn't impressed with what I saw, but I do feel like Dak's going to be better this year.
Yeah, I think he'll
Tua.
put up stats. And can they run?
I
Can
don't
the
know.
Cowboys run the ball at all?
They
They got one of them Texas running back. They got the Texas running back.
they got the kid from Texas. I liked him at Texas.
Did he play at all yesterday? I didn't watch too much about that.
I didn't. I got to go watch the replay to see. I don't know if he played or not. I was going to ask you guys, what do y'all think about Tua at 21? Too high, too low, just right?
How many games he gonna play is what you got to tell me, right?
Yeah,
He all right.
He need to wear that Gazoo dome though. He need to stop playing and put
A
that
lot of
thing on
people
his
need to wear
head.
the Gazoo on.
Yeah,
He need that uniblast for sure, man. He need the full thing, man.
Hey, he looks smaller though. You saw that? Like he looked like he lost a lot of weight, and I'm not sure if that's gonna help him or hurt him. I mean, because a lot of times they'll justify quarterbacks being big to support durability, but maybe if he's smaller, he can move around a lot better. He got to quit holding that football and learn how to slide. That's for sure. Now, if you guys had a look at this list, who would you say is a sleeper? I mean, they ain't got to be on the list. Who is a sleeper in your opinion, quarterback wise?
What you got, Guru?
Spencer Rattler.
Oh, okay. Well, my man, hold on. My connection going out now. I can't. What's
Yeah.
going on? I don't know. Okay, I can't hear.
Man,
I can't
ain't
hear
nobody
that.
Spencer Rattler. What are you talking about?
like. No, I can't. Not even close. Not even close. I cannot.
Yeah, I
I
don't
was
think
go-
that Rattler gonna do his thing. I think he get the. I know we didn't turn it into the Saints podcast, but if you get the starters around him, he'll light it up.
No,
Nah,
no.
Damn.
I want to believe it. I don't believe it though.
try to
I
speak
would-
it to existence.
I would put it on Michael Penix. I think with
Penix?
what he has down there, I think he's gonna be a lot better this year. He's gonna be a lot better this
The
year.
boy
He
in
gonna-
Minnesota though, with McCarthy. Ain't that who over there?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
that's
got
who I
weapons,
trust
too.
on that low list. On like 15 and below, the ones we can see.
Yeah.
I think JJ McCarthy might be the one because man, you think about what Sam Darnold did with that same roster.
Yeah.
And think about what we thought about Sam Darnold before last year, man. Like,
Yeah.
Exactly.
our opinions changed a lot. And he was number 5 last year in yards, man. Sam Darnold.
Yeah.
He had over 4,000 yards.
Now, don't you think? And that's the ultimate disrespect right here. With as good of a season he had last year, don't you think he earned the right to at least be in the top 25? Don't you think he earned the right to be in there?
No, man.
They say
teams
Sam
are
Darnold
scared,
got
man.
paid. Yeah.
They think he got
Yeah, he earned
paid.
your
They
money.
moved off
Yeah.
of DK Metcalf over there in Seattle.
True.
People know
Yeah.
they want to run the ball. That's kind of their
Yeah.
thing. and they just look like he probably ain't gonna get the same opportunities. And he's Sam Darnold, so everybody
Yeah.
waiting for him to turn back into a pumpkin. So
Yeah.
I can see people being scared. Right?
Exactly.
Yeah. I can see that too. All
They
right,
was waiting for it last year.
one more for y'all. Like, do you feel like we see the return of Trevor Lawrence this year? Yes or no?
I think so. He got that boy over there, though. That boy makes stuff happen, though.
I mean,
Old Hunter.
Yeah, I mean, you have Hunter there. Brian Thomas Jr. was a weapon enough.
But he was by himself. Now
Yeah.
you got something to add to it. He might
Does he
shake
come back? I mean, he might. I trust him. So name a name that you trust Trevor Lawrence more than on this list.
Brock Purdy.
Ain't no way.
Brock
Drake May.
Purdy.
That's true. I'm with that. Yeah, I don't see it with Drake May yet. I just don't see that as.
Caleb Williams. I trust Trevor Lawrence over Caleb Williams.
I mean, he's got. I was thinking before I realized that that Keenan Allen was gone. I mean, him and
Keenan Allen wasn't doing that last year. The other
I mean,
short boy, what's his
yeah,
name?
DJ
Moore.
DJ Moore. There you go.
Yeah.
So yeah, like having DJ Moore and him seem like good weapons for him to go into the offseason with. Losing one of those is gonna hurt him. But they also have your boy Romelu Odunze, the dude from Washington. So maybe they got some faith in him. I need to see Caleb Williams. I need to see him show me something, man.
That's
Like,
what I'm saying.
you got to show me that you can be a leader. I'm not going to put him in the same category as Spencer Rattler. Ironically, they were both at Oklahoma together. But I remember seeing Spencer Rattler just cave and give his job to Caleb Williams. And Caleb Williams has not really looked good since that time. Like, he hit a peak, and he hasn't evolved yet. Another name that I'm saying don't sleep on, man. I still say it to this day. Like, I've never seen a person do so much with so little than I have with Bryce Young. Bryce Young will be a better quarterback than about 5 of these dudes on this list right here. I'm gonna give him that.
I don't know what the stats will be, but he was good. He was decent last year.
Yeah. So
when they put him back in, once they put him back out there, he seemed like he found something that he didn't have before.
He figured it out.
Trevor Lawrence, I got no answers for you on that. I really don't. But man, I got one more thing, and don't put. Maybe this is where you're gonna put me off of here, man.
Okay.
Is it okay to be afraid about Jaden Daniels from a stat standpoint? We know he can play, but you talking about coming off almost the best rookie season ever type stuff.
Yeah,
that's hard to repeat, especially when your number one receiver ain't in camp and all that.
Yeah.
And
they
if
got
you're gonna
Debo
be counting on
over there,
Debo,
what that's worth.
Yeah, but I mean,
exactly.
Debo is hurt central though. I mean, Debo gonna miss some games. I am worried the fact that Terry McLaurin is not there. They got to figure that out.
Though.
They got to figure that out.
They done paid everybody else.
Yeah, I hope Jaden can be resilient. I'm hoping that he can keep it going. But we saw the same type of drop off with C.J. Stroud. Like Daddy always say, man, they get the film on you. Stuff changes in year 2. So if you can make that adjustment and keep things going, we gonna see what type of quarterback Jaden Daniels is. I still like him though. I took him as a third option, and he became my man after a while. It was one of the best picks I ever made, and he helped me through a lot. But I do like him, man. And just like that, folks, we are at the end. That is it, man. So, hey, big shout out to my dog, Arthur Prayther, for jumping on here with us, man. We appreciate you bringing in episode 1 of season 7 right. We got to make sure we get you back on here, though, man. We got to do this again to check in on things. I know everybody's going to be getting ready for drafts. I got about 5 or 6 drafts to get ready for that I am not ready for. So, in the middle of doing this and doing that, you're going to see a lot of updates on what I'm doing to curve the strategy. And my dog may talk me into doing one of these auction drafts. You never know, man. So,
nice.
Yeah.
Sounds competitive.
It does. It sounds fun, man. But hopefully we can get my boy Ant Cam back on here with us again. But he going to bring his A game, man, because Art was a really good replacement. Might have to go and fire my dog, man. But anyway.
No, hey. It ain't no such thing as replacing Ant, man. I'm a substitute teacher, man. There ain't no way.
All right, folks. Hey, we're signing off for the Backyard Ballers Fantasy Football Podcast. It is your boy, Dimitri.
And your boy, Web 100, the Fantasy Guru.
Hey, stay tuned for episode 2, man. Check you guys out next time. Peace.
All right.